The Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has assured Indian exporters of full government support and safeguard their interests amidst US tariffs. She assured an exporters delegation that the government stands firmly with them as well. Sirish, what has been your overall take on these tariffs? Prateek put it beautifully, saying that there is obviously an element of politics involved here as well. But predominantly, Sirish, it's the businesses that are going to suffer. It's the businesses who have done deals with the United States for decades that are going to suffer.
Absolutely, Prateek. Prateek's absolutely right from the perspective, and thanks, Vineet, for getting me on the show. Look, as a businessman and working with the US for quite a few years, the business ties between India and US are well established, and there's a lot of trade that happens. I mean, the trade deficit is about 46 billion from the US perspective, and it's not just exports of goods, but also services. Prateek was absolutely right. Some sectors are more impacted than the others, but from a GDP perspective, if I just look at what the IMF has said in July, our growth rate's expected to be at 6.4%, and the sort of estimates are this is going to wipe out at least 30 to 40 basis of our current GDP. So it is going to have a short-term impact. I think the government has acknowledged there will be a short-term impact, but it's a TIF, and I think both sides need to kind of not only look at from a short-term perspective, but a medium and a long-term perspective. I know the UK FTA and the EU FTA, which seems to be on the right track, might happen by the 1st of October, and we're looking forward to that. But I think it's important that people understand that you cannot shift global supply chains overnight. You know, the global trade can't just shift to another country overnight. We need to look at the short term, medium term, and long term options as well. So I think I am, as a businessman and as from the industry, I am I'm hopeful and very keen that both parties sit down. I'm very hopeful that 2+2 conversations that are going to happen, they are productive, because I think it needs a political there needs to be political will on both sides to kind of find a resolution for it. But on the sort of statement that you just made about the what Madam Nirmala Sitharaman has talked about to support the exporters, I'm sure there is some export promotion mission that's going to happen, and that's going to help. But the other picture I want to talk about is it's not just the manufacturing that's getting affected. Services directly is not affected because of the tariffs, but the sentiment is not positive. And India is a big exporter of services. I think I would request through your medium to kind of for the government to also look at services exports from India. There was an SEIS scheme back in the day under the trade policy between 2015 and 2020. We need to look at export of services as well, because when the market shifts, it shifts across the board.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.